What's up, guys? I just want to talk to you about an issue I talk about sometimes in my videos, but I figured I'd just make a video just about this, and that is time management. I get a lot of guys that ask me, how do you get your routes done so fast, or why are you always getting done early? And it's time management. I try to teach it in training as much as I can, but you know, training for us unfortunately isn't as long as I would like it to be, and I can't just teach everything in a week, and that's why I make these videos. So but today's topic, time management. Now for me, it starts the night before my route. I prepare my lunch for the next day. Sometimes I make my protein shake, which is my breakfast every morning the night before. It's in the refrigerator, ready to go. All my vitamins, I have them set aside, ready to go. So when I wake up, my meal for lunch, breakfast, my supplements, they're all good to go. Second, I know what I'm going to wear the next day. It's already set out, ready to go. I keep everything in the same place. I know right when I wake up, I know what I'm wearing, where my shoes are, where my wallet, my keys are. So all I got to do is load up and go. After that, before I leave the house, I sit down for about 20 minutes, and I plan this so, you know, I wake up on time every day, so I have 20 to 30 minutes tops to look at my route. Now, we on average can get anywhere from as few as 3 or 4 deliveries, or sometimes it could be 10 to 12 deliveries. So I look at every single stop, every single store I'm going to, and I look at the items that I'm picking up. So I try to determine how much I'm picking up at a store. I look at the addresses of the customers, and when you're in a market long enough, you'll get a lot of repeat customers. You'll know, oh, this one's a business. I go there once every other week. I'm probably going to want to have that in the driver's side. Or other addresses I will look at and know before I get there it's a cul-de-sac, or there could be some kind of issue at that address where, especially in the Class A truck, I might need to plan ahead on where I'm going to be offloading at. So before I leave the house, I've already got my meals. I always have my waters ready to go, depending on the season, how much water I'm bringing with me. I never have to stop for food or for liquids. I already have that in my truck ready to go in the morning. That's one thing that saves me time. The second thing is the pre-planning the routes. So before I even get to my truck, I got a good idea of what's going to be going on for the day. Now, one of the reasons I look up even the items, I go farther than beyond just looking up the addresses. I go try to look at the items. Now, not always the items show up on our app for what we're doing, but sometimes I'll have one pickup at a store, and it'll be something that's not supposed to be on my truck. We don't deliver appliances on a flatbed. And for some reason, the web system or whatever, or whoever puts the order in, puts a refrigerator on my truck. Well, instead of just blindly heading to that store, I'm going to call either dispatch in the morning, or I'm going to call the store and say, hey, you know, what's going on with this delivery? Why is this on my truck? And right there, instead of blindly just driving to a store, getting there and realizing you didn't need to show up in the first place, you could save yourself an hour sometimes. So That's one of the very important reasons to pre-plan your route, knowing what you're picking up and where you're picking up. Now, another big thing I do is I have made myself a text message that I send out to all my customers when I am arriving at a store. So, say I have 2 customers. I send them a text message. Now, I made my own text message. It's a picture of my truck, so they see that it's a truck with the forklift. And in the text that I print over the picture, I say, your curbside delivery is being picked up. This delivery is being performed by a heavy-duty forklift. Please be advised. If any issues, please text help. And then it says, stand by. Driver will contact you within an ETA. So the main reason I do that is because a lot of people, they've never had a delivery from a flatbed and a Moffett. They don't understand the concept. They don't get how big the Moffett is, and they expect these things to go in their garage. Or I've had people, I'll pull up in the truck, they'll see the truck, but they don't understand how big the Moffett is. They'll open a gate to the side of their house, and it'll be a gate that a person could walk through. Well, you know, the Moffett's 8.5 feet wide. So I try to get that conversation, or prevent that conversation from even happening when I get to the customer. And also, by sending that text message out, sometimes the customer will call or text and say, hey, I wasn't even expecting my delivery today. So before I leave the store, I might have to not even load that delivery. So that'll save you time right there alone. Now, all of our customers, for us, we require a 30-minute call ahead. I always do my 30-minute call ahead, and I always look for the secondary phone number too. Don't just call the one phone number. If you get the one phone number and they answer, great. If they don't, send a text message. Hey, Home Depot delivery on the way. Now, too, I call the secondary phone number. If that one doesn't answer, I send a text message. So before I've gotten to the customer, I've sent phone calls and text messages. Now, if I do get a hold of a customer, there's a couple key pieces of information I want to know before I get there. Is it a guard gate? Is there a service entrance? A lot of country clubs, nicer neighborhoods, they don't want you going through the main gate. It's a good idea to get, you know, the street that you're entering off of and say, hey, does the guard know I'm coming? Did you make an appointment? You know, so when I get to the guard gate, sometimes they'll see my truck, they'll see me, they'll just open it up and wave me through. So I pre-plan that with the customer and then try to get a good idea of where I'm going to be dropping it when I get there. I say, you know, hey, I'm coming with your order of lumber or order of pavers or whatnot. And try to have the discussion on where we're dropping it and how many pallets or whatnot you have to drop off when you get there. It saves you time from when you get out of the truck at the address and have to sit there and have a conversation with the customer. You can use that drive time to have that conversation. So when you get to the delivery, you just boom, 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 just knock it out and try to prevent extra conversation that's not needed. So that's one of the other things that helps me along with my day. Another big thing is having a routine. My routine is having my truck set up exactly how I want it set up. I know where my corner caps are in my truck. I know where my bar is going to be, my gloves. I have my straps set up a certain way. So when I get to a stop or when I get to a pickup, I'm already ready and I already know where everything is. Don't just throw stuff back in your truck. You know, I see guys will just throw the corner caps into the truck wherever. Well, I never have to go dig and look for anything. I always set my stuff exactly back where I got it from. So another thing is picking up from the store. I call ahead stores. like I said, but I call ahead the 30 minutes ahead to the store to let them know I'm on my way. And then I call ahead again when I get there. Now, when I get there, instead of just sitting in the truck, I already know what I'm picking up. Well, sometimes I do. But I already have the names of the customers and the job number. Sometimes the names aren't correct, but you'll have the job number. So what I'll do is, instead of sitting in the truck and waiting for the employees to come out to load me, I'll try to find the items. And when they come out, I'll be like, hey, let's get that first, let's get this next. And I'll know exactly where I want it on my truck. Instead of them walking around looking for everything, I already know where it's at. And I can prevent some wasted time there. I'll start pulling my straps, getting those ready to go. If I know I need corner caps for something, I'll pull those out. So everything I do is to minimize the amount of time that I'm at a stop, at a store, wherever. So time management, you gotta have a routine from the day before, the time you wake up, to everything you do throughout the day to make your day go faster. Because if you're like me and you're a contractor, you're not getting paid by the hour. Time is money, right? Well, I'm going to make sure the time that I'm using is going to be as quick as possible, so I can get my day done sooner, work on other sources of revenue for myself, and just, hey, get stuff done around the house. I don't have to pay my pool guy, I don't have to pay my gardener, because now I can get stuff done around the house and save myself money there. So if you guys that are new, think about that kind of stuff. And when you're learning the job and you do a job, think about it when you finish something. Hey, you know, how could I have gotten that done faster? You know, that delivery took forever. What did I do that I could have prevented, you know, or what could I have done faster at that delivery, so next time it doesn't take so long? Because a lot of this is repetition and getting better as you go. You know, you get faster in the Moffett every time you use it. So I don't consider speeding my day up by using less straps or speeding to my deliveries. That isn't saving time. I always use a proper amount of straps, and I don't speed. So the time that I save is all the things that I've already mentioned. That saves you the most amount of time. Speeding around with loose product on your truck, I promise you, will end up biting you eventually. So that's about all I can think of right now, but that's plenty to think about. And you know, get your truck set up properly, do things to prevent yourself from wasting time, and I promise you, your days will get done faster, and you'll get faster as time goes on, the more of a routine you get in. So alright guys, that's all I got for that. If any of you guys have been doing this for a while, if you got a routine or something to help save you time, leave me a comment. I'm always willing to learn. I've learned from older truckers. I always keep an ear open for anybody that's got any advice about trying to help me out with my job or to help me learn something new. So leave me a comment if you got any other experience that you could pass along to me or any of my new guys. All right? And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. You can learn some new things. And I will catch you guys on the next one. I hope everybody's having a great day. And I will talk to you later. Have a good one.